Greetings, League Enjoyer. My name is Kari Grandi.
I am Uranko.
And you are watching the pilot episode of Arcane Unraveled.
We are beyond excited to have you join us on our journey while we dive into the depths of League of Legends as a serious hobby.
We tackle subjects ranging from the struggles of building local communities, fostering a thriving practice environment, analytical deep dives into the essence of League at its core, and occasionally we scam exciting guests to join us and give us a peek behind the curtains of League of Legends as an esports on all levels.
Each episode will focus on unraveling the mystery of our beloved hobby, giving you the insight on how teams and leagues operate.
Our path takes us on a trip through the past, present, and future of LoL esports. As we learn about the structure behind leagues and teams, we look to find interesting viewpoints from our guests from all over the League of Legends community. Hi everyone, we are beyond excited to have Hiiva and xPetu from Arctic Pandas from the NLC join us in our very first episode of Arcane Unraveled. I am Kari Grandi, and this is my co-host.
Hello, I am Uranko.
Hiiva, xPetu. Many people know you, but we would love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself first so that the viewers who might not be that familiar with you or your content can get a little bit of knowledge about your background. Hiiva, can you let us know who you are?
Sure. I'm Hiiva. I'm the head coach of Arctic Pandas NLC team. I've been in the league scene for 13 years now, I believe. Something like that. It's been too long, so I don't even remember myself. But something like that. I played for 8 years professionally in various teams in LCS, LEC, basically every ERL league. Won EU Masters, coached Misfits in the LEC, and Fnatic in 2023.
Yeah, that's a long history and lots of experience in there. And on the other side, we have xPetu, without the face cam, of course. Can you let us and the viewers know a little bit about yourself and your background?
Yeah, greetings. Very good to be here. How would I describe myself? I play Shen. I make YouTube videos about League of Legends and big fan of the game. Yeah, I've played League of Legends for a long time, and I think I like sharing my passion for the game. That's the simplest way to put it.
That's a banger line and definitely a sentiment we all share.
Yes.
So we're going to get into a couple of different topics today, and we're going to talk about the background of our guests and ask them a little bit about their current project as well. Hiiva, could you tell a little bit about your time in the LEC? What were your fondest memories, for example, with teams or specific players? And we'd also like to hear what was a big lesson for you that you've been carrying with yourself after that time in your future projects.
I mean, I guess I can talk briefly what kind of coach I am. I'm really big into teaching or coaching my team on how to see the game in similar way, or I'm very big on systems, and that my team sees the game in a similar sense. I don't want to blame other coaches, but I think I have a big edge over other people due to having being a professional player for 8 years. So I think I see the game very differently than many other coaches, and I have a edge in that sense. And
love the aura farming here.
Yeah. I think you can see that in the way how I draft, for example, and I think my teams that I've been part of, like in Misfits or Fnatic or whatever team. That's, I think, obviously there's sometimes I cook some bad drafts, but I think generally my drafts are quite good. fondest memories, I think you can maybe even find the clip. But when we qualified to Worlds in 2023 with Fnatic against Excel, it was a 5-game banger, best of 5. When we aced Excel at Baron, there's this coach footage of the backstage area, and well, you can see a pretty excited Hiiva in that clip. If someone wants to go find
we
that,
can see if we can find it in
We have
post too.
to find it. We have to.
Yeah, we definitely do.
I think I can like find it like pretty easily. But
yeah,
that's
we'll definitely
like,
add it in post to have the sort of contrast between Hiiva now and Hiiva back then.
like that was like the ultimate. Obviously, like qualifying to Worlds. That was my second time going to Worlds. Like first time was in 2017, so there was like 6-year gap between getting to Worlds. But that's obviously always the ultimate goal. Well, to win Worlds, didn't get there quite. Best result I had was in 2017, making top 8 with Misfits. If obviously we beat SKT in best of 3, 2-1, but sadly it was a best of 5 and we lost 3-2.
So you can always spin it in a way that there is an accomplishment there, but
yeah,
I want to comment on that because, like, from a, let's say, casual League of Legends viewer standpoint, I think it's like Worlds has like that kind of like different status, you know, like there are competitive enjoyers who watch the entire season, but me, for example, I'm one who watches only Worlds every year, and seeing like European teams at the Worlds has always been really important for me because the way I watch the Worlds is kind of like, okay, I'm rooting for the European teams. Then if the European teams drop out, then I will root for the remaining NA teams. Oh wait, there were none. But then I pick my favorite Korean T1 team. Anyways, but I think it's interesting to hear he was kind of like your very own like POV of that, because not many people know how it is, you know, backstage at Worlds.
Yeah,
I think especially back then, like the focus on coaches and all the background things for teams wasn't that like it wasn't visible to the average viewer as much as it is today. Today the coaches talk a lot and there's lots of interviews where you like find out about the background of the teams, and that's really interesting.
I'm trying to find the clip. Okay, I think I found it.
Excellent.
Yeah, okay. I will. Where can I post it?
You can send it to the chat we have, and we can definitely put it up on the screen here during this segment, and then we can continue after the clip has rolled. So we let it.
Should we watch it? So
yeah, I think we should react to it. Yeah,
we can do a live reaction here. So you guys can see my screen, right? So I'll just open it here, and
yep.
Then I'll just add it in edit to be seen on the screen as well. And
never mind. I've seen this one. I've seen this one.
Yeah, I think
go like 10 seconds before.
Yeah, go backwards a bit. So yeah, here's the fight. Cut to the camera. Oh my god. That has
Do you remember what you yelled there? What did you say?
Some profanities, probably.
Oh, so that's why there were no voice comes published.
if I had to guess, but obviously everyone was like super hyped, super excited, like full of adrenaline. Like that's why I do this, like for moments like that, and then like sharing it with the players, sharing that joy. It's like there's no other feeling like that.
Yeah, definitely. Like superseding expectations and all that. It's an incredible high.
So Hiiva, you have a lot of great accomplishments, great moments. So how excited are you about your new project, Arctic Pandas? Like it's
I'm very excited. This is something that I've always wanted to do, to kind of lead my own project, like have my own team where I have like all the say, and because I have a lot of, obviously, like I said, I've been here for 13 years, so a lot of experience, and yeah, I think I have a good understanding on how to run a team, and I've always wanted to kind of, especially like to promote like Finnish talent. I think it's been like quite sad that we don't have many Finnish players in the scene in like high level teams, even though obviously we have skilled players. And yeah, like it's quite sad that there's like no esports teams in Finland in League of Legends. Obviously, yeah, maybe some have tried like
we are
tried.
here, but we're not doing that well. So there's no international recognition quite yet.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's super fun, and I'm really excited to like finally get to show like, hey, it's feasible. It's possible to have a team in Finland and to actually succeed in competition.
That's great to hear, and we'll get back to that a little bit later and more thoroughly. First, to sort of have a basis for all this and this discussion about your team and your plans. I want to know your thoughts on the amateur scene and the potential of growth, and also sort of how you feel the impacts of the growth of streamer teams and content teams in the past year or two influences all that, and how you have you like seen any more potential in the growth between national leagues and tier 3, tier 2 international and European leagues? Has it given more opportunities in the past year, or do you feel like it's the same as it's been years and years ago when there was like a tier 2 scene in the European landscape?
I mean, obviously, I think like amateur scenes and like tier 4, even like tier 5, like you have nowadays you have like so many leagues. And obviously, I think it's good chance, or like how to say, like positive for everyone that you can like try kind of, like you don't have to go full series, like you can just try like playing in a team and see if you like it, and then you can compete at your like comfort level, or like whatever level you want to compete in, and then see like if you like it. I think like when I started in 2013, like you didn't have like any leagues like at all, so it was just like you played solo queue, like you just played solo queue, and then like there would be like a LAN event or like DreamHack or something, and then it's like you just message 4 solo queue players like, hey, you want to make a team?
Wasn't there like a team ranked thing back in the day where you could like just have your group of 5 players, and if you did well enough in the ladder, you'd actually eventually just end up in the LEC or EULCS back then, like a team ranked thing?
I don't know if you ended up in the EULCS. But
well, there were a couple of steps between, I think, but yeah, there was like potential of just going without like having to buy a spot or anything like that. But that was really long time ago.
So how it worked is you qualified to Challenger Series, like, or like the Challenger Series, like promotion tournament, or like qualification to ranked 5s. So it was actually really important to, or like people basically didn't scrim. Even LCS teams, actually, some LCS teams played, instead of scrimming, they played ranked 5s. So
I remember to tell my players that flex queue isn't a waste of time, and now I have the proof for it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit different 13 years ago, but yeah, like, so you played ranked 5s to get into the Challenger Series qualification, and there was like I think it was only 6 or 8 teams in the Challenger Series, and if you won the Challenger Series, then you would get to LCS relegation tournament. So yeah, like technically through ranked fives, you could make it all the way to ULCS, but obviously you had to win Challenger Series in between, and then you had to win the relegation tournament as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we go more deeply into the next question, I want to ask xPetu here between this segment. Did you ever follow any parts of this? Like, did you ever try to follow the EU scene, for example, back in the day, or was it something that never really caught your eye?
Well, let's say like when I started playing leagues, like 2013, season 3, season 4, I watched probably NALCS the most with Double Lift, CLG, these kinds of like, they were like streamers, kind of like the popular pro players in a way. So that's kind of what I followed. Like just, you know, watching Double Lift stream highlights or whatever back in the day. It was more like montages actually. And then watching Worlds or any international events. I do want to say that maybe my understanding of becoming a pro is very outdated and naive also, but I kind of share this idea still where it's like you just become a really good solo queue player and then you directly go into whatever like tier 2 into tier 1 or something. I don't know if that's like, maybe I'm completely misunderstanding, but is there like examples of players who would go into starting in tier 3 or tier 4 and then kind of like make their way up with enough competitive practice from those leagues? Because I don't know, like that's just my thought process. It's just like, do people do that, or is it just you get really good at solo queue and then you go into a team? That's a question for me.
I think I haven't actually. I think there has to be like a couple players who've done that, but I kind of you share the same sentiment that if you actually want to go to LEC, if you want to become like really good, if you want to go full pro, playing necessarily like in tier 5 or like lower levels is it's not the best, because the practice is not maybe as efficient as it could be, like if you were just focusing on yourself, like you when you want to become as good as possible and go like like LEC, like then the number one thing that you need to focus on is obviously yourself and maximizing your own individual skill. So playing in a team is maybe not the best, or like it's not the best, because well then you're focusing on the team part, you're focusing on 4 other teammates, and then you're not being efficient with your time, and maybe you're not, like you can also be learning like bad habits in a sense, like if you play with lower level players. But like I still stand by what I said, like it's a good place to start, like if you want to kind of see if you enjoy like the team, being in a team, and in that sense. But if you're truly committed to like going full pro, then just spamming solo queue and like focusing on your own mechanics and your own skill is like the number one thing.
I mean, I think it is a large part of a bigger question of like, what's the purpose of these different tier kind of like leagues, and obviously one of the purposes is probably just for people to have fun, right? To people to compete together, share memories, have exciting moments, right? I just wanted to make it clear, because I think it can be deceiving to say it's kind of like a path upwards, right? These like different tier 3, because I feel the same way as Hiiva, that in order to actually be a professional League of Legends player, you would need to be among the best in solo queue, because there's no reason for a team to pick up someone who's not fundamentally a good player, and that's just like clicking and knowing your champion basically. So that's my just my 2 cents, because it was kind of interesting idea, I think.
Yeah, I've always sort of felt like there's like, I think it's a little bit of both. You really need to be a solo queue demon, but also I think you have a lot of examples of like these high tier players. Velia, for example, of Los Ratones, like he's been a high tier player in the solo queue, but I don't think that he would have been where he is without having been competing in lots of different like tier 4 or 5 leagues and competitions, because you do need to show that you can perform in a team environment as well, I think. And maybe that's the reason why xPetu isn't getting enough DMs from team managers or whatever.
Oh, okay. Firing shots, man.
I feel
it's
like
nothing to do with the fact that I'm a dirty one-trick pony, but
I mean,
Shen is
Baus is
broke.
in LEC, man. Like,
that guy
Yeah.
hasn't been a one-trick for a long time.
yeah,
Buddy.
that's true. That's fair. But I do think like only being a solo queue demon might not be enough, and having like a good balance between both of those things is probably something that is like the most usual path. But I don't think just performing in teams without also being high on the ladder is enough. At least it doesn't look like that, because most of the players have both when you look at like ERLs and NLC level teams.
Yeah. And it would be deceiving to say, I mean, obviously Velja was like multiple time rank 1 Europe West solo queue, so that guy is not some random pickup from tier 4 teams, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
How did the Arctic Pandas like start? Where did the idea come? Like, what were the steps to it becoming an actual team?
Well, basically, like I said, it's something that I always wanted to do, to have my own team, and then to kind of promote Finnish talent, and to show that we have like high level players, we have people who are willing to grind and make it work. I started in Finnish scene, like my first team that I ever played in was a Finnish roster. So it kind of has like almost like nostalgia for me to finally be back in Finland and to work with Finnish players. But yeah, basically like also why we wanted to do this is because there's no organization, or like, well, obviously there are teams in Finland, but nobody's doing league on a high level, on like a really professional level. So we also want to showcase that, hey, it's possible to make it work, to make it financially work if you just do things properly.
I wanted to ask a bit about like the background there, because as you mentioned, it's something that people aren't doing. Can you, well, probably you can't tell us everything, but like give us a little bit of a peek into how does your team function? Like, how did you go about pitching the idea of, hey, we want to pay our players and create a team environment that is actually considered a job on this level? Like how did you manage to pull that off in the first place? And
basically, I have a partner who like runs like all the administrative side, and he's really skilled at that. And I'm my main focus is completely on the competitive side. So we have a really nice balance there, that we both are working in obviously fields that we are experts in. In that sense, like a lot of teams in esports are kind of like badly run, because usually you just have like maybe you even have like players in like doing like management side, or like how to say, like who don't have like a background in the jobs they're doing. So
a few stories about NA coaches come to mind here, where they've just been like players who've started a company, and it might not have been the best approach.
I feel I want to tag to this, because I have a little bit of experience also on this side, and since I've been like, for clarification, I am the co-streamer of Arctic Pandas, which means I'm involved in the marketing of the team. And it was clear to me from the start that this is an organization that wants to take the, let's say, financial aspect of the team very seriously. Because if you look at esports as a whole and think about what is the value that is being created, it is a entertainment / marketing business. So if there's if there's a League of Legends player with no financial / marketing background running it, it's not going to function, or then that guy has to be a demon. But it was clear to me that Arctic Pandas takes this seriously, and they understand where the value comes from in such a team.
Yeah. And like, do you have a gaming house, or does everyone live at their homes, or how do you operate the business?
We have an office in Helsinki. I'm actually currently here. I think I can.
They're leaking
hopefully
the address, guys.
Yeah, but it's a long street. I can like roll
Long
the
street,
camera.
guys. No, very
Long street.
Never underestimate the crazy fans. They pinpoint it.
Yeah, I hope you can see it on the camera. but
Yeah,
basically,
Well,
it
that
seems
looks
really
absolutely
nice.
fancy. Like, there's lots of
Yeah.
space, and damn, the guys are eating
in
good.
an undisclosed location in Helsinki.
Yeah.
Just to show
Actually,
the entire building.
let's actually maybe bleep that out. Or like,
Yeah.
You can just see like a
Yeah.
whole lobby there. I'll
Yeah.
probably like smudge it out so
Yeah.
you can't see anything.
yeah,
We're gonna get DDoS
Yeah.
attacked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just a guy pulling
My bad,
cables
guys.
outside. I want Verdant to win.
But we have a like gaming office, and
Yeah.
obviously I think it's really important to be in the same space if you want to like compete on like highest level. Like I've been obviously in many teams where you're like remote, and you can make that work, but like to kind of have the best results of having everyone face to face and being in the same space and just spending time together and bonding in that way is like really like you cannot put like a price on that, or like it's super valuable.
It kind of feels like you're going to work when you actually go to the office to be with the same people and focus on the same goal together. So it definitely must have like an impact.
What do you mean kinda? It is work. They are working.
I think a lot of people outside of
You are
these
dreaming.
teams might not like have the idea that it is a work, but it's tough work, and it's tougher than most jobs, actually, probably.
This is something that we want to kind of like also kind of promote or like show, especially in Finland, that like a lot of people have this misconception about esports and what goes into it. Like you said, like like how much work these my guys are putting into this. Like we are working plus 8 hours every day, like 6 days a week, so it is definitely real work, and we want to kind of change this view that like, oh, you're sitting in your mom's basement and playing video games all day, and that's all you do. And no, this is not what we do. Like we take this really seriously, and we want to show that.
That's really good
as
to
well.
hear. Actually, that brings to mind. Do you consider this sort of a challenge to all other organizations and teams, both locally in Finland and also on the NLC level, for example? Like, is the gauntlet open? Are you showing them we can do this? Are you good enough and sharp enough to follow in our footsteps? Do you consider yourself to be sort of unicorns in that sense, or do you think that people have the capacity to take the example from you guys?
Well, not necessarily in that way. Like for me, like I just want to focus on what I'm doing, what we are doing in the Pandas. Like obviously that is like super important to me. Like for me, like I said, I'm leading the competitive side, so I just want to be the best as we can be, and work on ourselves, work on winning NLC, work on winning EU Masters. I truly believe that like come summer that we are going to win EU Masters and lift up the trophy.
That's what you want to hear.
That's obviously, like I said, like it's gonna take incredible amount of like discipline and work, but that's what we're going to do. In that sense, like obviously it's nice if we kind of like show, like I said, we want to show that this is possible if you do it in a professional manner, if you do things properly, that it's like feasible. So if people want to follow in our success, then that's great. But like I said, I'm concerned about the pandas and pandas only, like that we are going to be as successful as we can be.
Like a dedicated zookeeper.
I agree with Hiiva completely. Like I think that's just a reflection of the kind of like growth mindset that he and the team has, because we couldn't care less about if we motivate other teams or whatever. The team wants to get better, the team wants to win, and then what follows after is, whatever. I think that's my take.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
By the way, xPetu, have you been to the office yet? Or
Of
are
course,
you at home?
I'm working closely with the guys. We're cooking, man.
Yeah. How much time do you spend at the office as a team? Is it like 8 hours a day? Do you almost live there, or what?
Well, the players almost live there. Maybe Hiiva can speak for that, but I'm just a visitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I clock in regularly.
Yeah, we have Petu coming in and showing like when we are blundering with items. I think I think in the first official we had some blunders already with the item builds, so we'll have to
Actually,
work on that.
I was a big fan of Vice build. Dibu understood the assignment. It was to go in ultimate and tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, like I said, like we are working. Basically, we are doing like 5 to 6 scrim games per day. So that's already like 7, like something like 7 hours. And then obviously we start off like every day with like me going through like, okay, like what are we working on today? What's the like team for today? And then obviously the players are staying and like reviewing the games by themselves or with me, whatever. And playing solo queue on top of that. So yeah, like I said, I think on average, like everyone is here plus 8 hours every day, basically. So it is like people who say like, oh, yeah, people who say like, oh, like esports or like league pro is like, you're just chilling and you're just playing the game and that's it, But this is like, these are real hours we are putting in. But obviously, everyone loves what they're doing. So then when you're doing something that you love to compete, you love the game, then it's just like, then it comes easy, right?
Yeah, of course. Have you had a good mentality? Any mental breaks, or like does anyone get angry?
I think we are like all really chill and professional guys, so we handle tilt and like stress really well. And obviously, we have people who have a lot of experience, so we can help each other. Obviously, I'm not saying that we are immune to tilt, like losing. Sometimes you lose 10 scrim games in a row, and
I mean, you have 5 Finnish players. You're not immune to tilting, that's for sure.
Yeah, but we handle it well. We are, like I said, I think everyone has a really professional attitude and mindset. So yeah, we can speak about things quite openly and fix whatever is bothering us.
That actually brings to mind, I wanted to ask you, what other kind of support staff do you have on top of you two master chefs?
Well, basically, currently I'm working like on the team side, on competitive side, by myself. I'm handling everything, but obviously I have like resources. Like I know a lot of people in the industry. Like if I need help, I can talk to people and like, hey, can you give me some advice, guidance, or whatever? Maybe I can. People come over and talk like, hey, you're professional in this area. Maybe you can come in and do like a presentation or, help the guys out, help me out. But currently I'm working in the team side on like day-to-day basis by myself.
Okay. Well, xPetu, you said you were like on the marketing side of the business. Are we going to see some nice Arctic Pandas like media stuff or something else? Are there any those kind of plans coming?
Sorry, I didn't quite understand. What is it, media? What?
Media, like any
Media.
videos? Yeah,
Yes.
media.
Well,
media.
Arctic Pandas has actually a dedicated media. Can I say team? Maybe it's a team, or yeah, it's kind of a team. It's a small team.
Yeah.
So Arctic Pandas will have their own media presence, and I'm there to boost it up and share it, because it's really hard to start kind of this kind of team presence without any former let's say audience. And I wanted to be there because it was a project that was really kind of like close to my own vision for what I want and kind of the values that I have. So I'm really happy to be a part of it. So I would say there's a small media team which I'm part of. So that's I guess
Yeah.
It's okay. You can just say that you're famous, and they're leeching off of you. You don't need to play it down, man.
You can put it that way as well, but
It's a
I would-
symbiotic
nice way.
relationship.
Yes, symbiotic is nice.
Yeah.
I would rather say that Arctic Pandas wanted to assemble the best talent from Finland, kind of like on every aspect of an esports team, and that includes the streaming side. So
that goes hard.
That's why we are here.
Yeah.
You can view the team from any angle, and basically, we have the best things.
As long as it's not
Best
through
from
the window
Finland.
from the street.
Yeah.
Let's try to keep that a secret a little bit longer. I actually wanted to, before we go into what Pandas is doing right now, and also how the hell xPetu ended up here, or how that went, I wanted to ask xPetu more about like your personal relationship to these things, because you said that you haven't been following league competition that actively, and it's been apparent from your own content that the sort of approach you've had to things has been sort of changing over the years. First it was the Shen stuff. You started talking more about item builds and mathematics behind that. It became clear that that's something you study in real life, and you also implemented that into it, and then became coachless and all that, and now you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about like your background and the story there, like how that progressed in your life, and when did you realize you didn't want to be a mathematician doing something else, you wanted to implement it in the league?
Sure. That's basically the question, is summarize your entire last 10 years of your life. But I will first say that if you actually look at my content for the last, let's say, I've made YouTube videos for 10 years actually was like the anniversary that I just had, but that was like a first whatever montage of my diamond leasing and Gragas things that I made 10 years ago. But 7 years I've made content like more seriously. And if you watch my early videos already in 2018 or 2019, I was already talking about how to use mathematics to optimize item builds, blah, blah, blah. So if you look at like kind of the overarching theme of my channel, it has always been I'm good at Shen, and then I make somewhat funny / educational commentary, and then I build items that other people wouldn't build. That's kind of like the secret sauce, and you can see that formula can work for many other people as well in the league scene or in other games as well. But if I were to summarize kind of like the things that I've been doing, is that I've always treated content creation as a hobby, and kind of wanted to pursue it. It was never an option to, for example, drop out of school or not go to university, not get a degree, because I always felt like that's very important to me. And I don't really talk about it that much, but I have prioritized like school a lot in my life, and I guess I would be put into this kind of like character or like archetype of people who kind of like it's like perfectionistic. Yeah, perfect. What is the word? What is it in English?
The word you're looking for.
Perfectionist. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
The word you're looking for is a nerd.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking the same as
Hiiva,
Hiiva.
thank you. I was looking for that nerd word. Yeah, exactly. So I'm a nerd, right? But I think it brings like a unique lens to content creation because I personally have seen, even though it's not that long, well, 7 years is somewhat long time to make content. I've seen a lot of YouTubers and streamers come and go, you know? They come in,
Yeah.
they go really hard, they go all in, they're pretty popular, and then they burn out, and then they go away. Maybe they made enough money or whatever, or maybe they didn't love the game anymore, or whatever the reason, but for some reason they stopped, right? And I feel like the reason why I can continue making content is because I never went full time into YouTube content creation. So I always have to have something on the side. And for a long time, that was studying engineering, mathematics, and physics at Aalto University, and later then just mathematics and applied computer science. But I don't know how to summarize it other than that I'm a big nerd and I like to apply the things that I learn in school to actual things which I enjoy. So that's kind of the core blueprint of xPetu and coaches also know.
I guess that's something that we all hear and also a lot of the viewers will share. And this is a safe space for nerds, so it's great that you're here. Yeah. So coachless, how'd you end up there?
Well, okay, how would I put it? It was actually the actual story. If you want to hear the actual story,
Yeah, we do. I don't think we're the only ones like you.
Yeah. So the way it went is this: I had a machine learning course in university, master's degree course, and I had to do a project for that course. And I was like, okay, I'm obviously going to do something about League of Legends. Then I go to Riot API, application programming interface, I think it's where that comes from, to get the data so that I can make my whatever League of Legends course project. And I did that, and I was like, basically the idea what I did there, just a small summary, is that I wanted to see if I can predict who wins the game based off the draft. So very similar to what Hiiva is doing in his brain. I want to know which draft is better based on the champions picked. And then I did some whatever wacky ass student model, which would never fly in the real world. And I was like, okay, if I knew this stuff really well, I bet you could do this really well. You know, like this can be done. The thing is solid, but I need more data and I need some actual experience. So then a year goes by, and I'm like, okay, time to revisit this idea. I Google the words League of Legends machine learning, League of Legends reinforcement learning, League of Legends AI. I find an interesting dude who has made this video about Vayne bot, okay? A bot that plays Vayne in 1v1s. I'm like, hey, this is very interesting. How do you do this, right? And I see on GitHub that this guy studies in Aalto University, doing a doctoral degree there. I'm like, that's great. So I message him and I say, hey, I'm interested in stuff. I want to make a YouTube video about it. Can we meet? And we meet up. And that's my co-founder right now at Coaches. So we did 2 years of this kind of like for fun hackathons over the weekend where we would build stuff like, we made like this Garen bot that would play ARAM 1v1s. And the idea was to make a video where we like challenge people to play against a bot. It was very boring because it was Garen. There was no point to it. We just made a demo where a computer plays Garen and presses ultimate. Wow, it was so great.
I think I need access to that. I think my top laners would improve a lot.
Yeah, that's a long way in League to know how to press Garen R.
Yeah, exactly. And then later, I was thinking, okay, there's something here, but I don't know what to do with it, right? There's something that we can do combining this technology, which is like, let's say, machine learning as a general word, and League of Legends. And then one of my close friends came to me with an opportunity. He's like, hey, look, all you need to do is make a startup, bro. Make a company. It's easy. People do this all the time. Okay, great. Let's try that, right? So we make a company and then we realize, oh, none of us are software developers. My partner is, soon to be AI PhD engineer, but like he doesn't know how to create software, right? So we need a third person. So we get someone on board through Twitter very randomly. Turns out they're absolutely cracked at coding and grandmaster at League. So that was beneficial for us. And we start building, okay? And the idea is first just to create some kind of product that analyzes games. And later it develops. I made my master's thesis about the topic because I realized, we can actually apply this to items and runes in a way where if we can analyze game states, figure out which team is winning at what moment in time, then we can start analyzing the decisions that they made. And the easiest form of decisions are items and runes. That's like the big thing. Like the reason why I focus so much and coaches focuses on items and runes is because they are discrete and kind of like easily mappable decisions. Because obviously it would be super nice to kind of have a general model that tells you, oh, now you need to go bot lane and going dragon here or doing this jungle camp or blah, blah, blah. Like all these macro decisions, those would be nice to do, but they're more difficult. They're more heterogeneous. So we just decided, okay, this is what we do now. We're just gonna fix this thing. And it was a problem that I had been looking for a long time, because I would always, when I came home with using the bus, like from university, I would always be browsing Lolalytics, looking at win rates, and I would always think, hey, like this is nice, but they don't make sense. Like you have a win rate, and you see EMEA is a 70% win rate. You obviously know that doesn't make sense. Like that item is not something that you should build every game.
And that's not something that is clear to
yeah.
people who don't understand like statistical analysis. Like my top laner picked Mundo into Renekton yesterday. You can guess how that went. He saw the win rate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but it was always clear to me that there's inherent selection bias when you look at win rates, and that was kind of the thing that I wanted to solve. And I think a lot of startups, companies, whatever, they are formed around like obsessive individuals, obsessive about a singular problem where they have the technology to fix it. And in my case, it was just I was obsessed about how to get insights from data for League of Legends itemization, and then I applied the toolkit that I got from school and the connections that I got from school to try to make that a reality. And we are getting there. It's not easy. Surprisingly, building a company is not easy, but it's fun.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun at least. Has it like made any profit, the coaches, or how successful is it? Like
He's a millionaire.
Definitely not. The way I see it is not really. We're not in the money business. We are more in the product business. We just want to. I would not be making YouTube videos if I wanted to make money. There's better ways to use a math degree than making YouTube videos. So this is just it's a project we've been trying to do because we all love it, you know.
Yeah.
So how did you end up in the Pandas train? Like who contacted who first? Was it like, did you know each other previously, or was it just Hiiva was like, this guy's a nerd and he lives nearby?
It was something like that. I don't know how Hiiva was, but from my point of view, it was like this. Hiiva sends me a DM. I have project. You might be interested. I'm like, okay, boss, let's do it.
That's the most Finnish way of starting a conversation ever.
It was like something like that. I just like sent him a DM, but basically, I mean, there's like two sides. Like first, for NLC, they required us to have a co-streamer. So that was like really, well, instantly I'm thinking, okay, well, Petu, he's like the perfect guy. But also like if there was like no like this co-streamer part, like when I was like kind of building the team and thinking like, okay, like what kind of people I want to have it, be part of it.
Yeah.
There we go. I can speak. Like Petu was already like in my mind, like about like coachless, because like he already mentioned that like data or like people and especially League of Legends players are the worst at understanding data and understanding win rates and understanding like how like bias is formed. Like people are building like collector third item against two tanks, you know, and all of this stuff and building. I love using collector as an example because people are like so bad.
No,
at,
but
like,
you don't understand. It executes them at a certain point.
Yeah, like I
no,
love
bro. It feels good. Trust me, bro. It feels good.
It's the
Don't worry about
dopamine.
it. Yeah, like I like pro players. I love using like the word feel. Like you know, like I always love using this example. Like if you have like if you have Michael Jordan and you tell him like, hey, there's a way that you can increase the win rate of your game by 1% or like even by like 0.1%, you know what that guy will do? He will do it 100% of the time because that's what the best do, But in League, you go to a player and say, hey, there's we are not even talking about 1%. We might be talking about 2 or 3%, or even 5%. Like if you put your runes or items, like if you do them differently, or like if you build properly and have proper runes, hey, there's a 5% efficiency increase, and then it's like, I refuse to do this because nobody else does it. There's no people are not doing it in LPL or LCK. Faker is not doing it. Chovy is not doing it. I will not do it. I'm really big on like people building and like having proper runes and like even like picking proper champions. Like I said, like I'm really big into like drafting and I have this mentality of like if there's like a game-winning champion, for example, in draft, like you don't have to be the best Swain player, for example. If the champion is going to win, like is going to be a monster in the game, then just pick it. Like we are like all challenger players, so champ like Swain doesn't really require like that insane mechanics. But back to Petu and like coachless, it's like a partnership that I wanted to have regardless because, like I said, like the coachless project is like super interesting to me, and it's like a very natural fit. And yeah,
I can definitely share that sentiment. Like I absolutely love it because for once you can open a website that doesn't talk about win rates alone, and then like, okay, yeah, you still have to fight with people about, well, what does the win probability added mean and how to read those stats, but at least you have like an option because all the other services, all they talk about is the win rate, and then you're just like, okay, yeah, sure, this champion wins a lot because it's only picked as a red side counter pick into good matchups, and then sure, of course it wins.
I will comment on that it's actually one of the most difficult problems here is to try to communicate the product. Obviously, you have to make the product really good. We are still working on that. But like, you also have to be able to convince an entire population of League of Legends players about this approach that we are taking. And they need to understand why it is better, right? Yeah. And if it's not clear in like one sentence, it's you're losing a lot of people already there. So that's like one of the things I'm still kind of working on because I'm the front of the company in a way. So I need to be thinking about how I message these things. I wanted to like still go on the Arctic Pandas side and say that I also had the benefit of knowing a lot of the roster already. Like after Hiiva told me who is playing, I was pretty sold that I want to be a part of it because even though I'm just a casual, competitive enjoyer, I might have competed in some Finnish national league, or not league, but tournament. I might have won it, 100% win rate perhaps. And this was with some of the former the current Arctic Pandas players.
What league or tournament was it? I don't know.
Finnish Student National Championship.
Oh, OSM. Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the one hosted by Aalto Gamers? So that was your home university, was it?
Yes.
Yeah. I did not play that year, so no shock that you won. Good luck for you.
We participated last spring, but we got kind of kicked out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you a little bit about Hiiva, you said previously already that you think that you're going to be able to be in the form where you can contest the EMEA win in spring or summer. But in general, what is your like prediction for your first split in the NLC? Do you think you can just take everyone on and beat them? I mean, you already have that convincing win against Verdant, who was probably one of the highest rated teams in the league. But how do you like see it progressing?
Like I said, like I have a kind of like a 1 year view, or like obviously I want to work with this roster as long as possible. Like I think it's like really sad that in esports like the how long you spend with the team is usually like literally like 3 months or even less. Like at max, usually like 6 months. So I want this to be like that we work together for as long as possible, so we can actually like grow as a team. But how I view it, like for the first split in winter, like the goal is to win NLC. I think that is like well, I do believe that like Verdant is like the other top dog with us, so beating them is like a really good sign already, and we've just started. So I think we will hopefully be able to show like a lot of growth during the split. Then going into spring is to have a good result in EMEA Masters, and then summer the goal is to obviously win. So that's how I see it. Yeah.
Are you hoping that they'll have a similar approach to LEC the next year, where there's like a invitational thing for the best EMEA teams that you get to be there, or are there any initial long-term plans for finding a spot there if everything goes according to plan this year?
Basically, like obviously the idea is not to be like 1 year and then we disband or just like stop the team. I think like obviously it would be nice if they do the same thing, that the winner goes to LEC versus or whatever it's called, the winter split.
Yeah.
But we plan on continuing in probably NLC. Like I don't see like any reason to go to a different league, even though there's no like this how to say, like national limitations anymore, that we could play in LFL. Obviously the competition there is higher, so that is nice, but basically we have a route to higher level competition through NLC, so I don't see the reason to go anywhere else. Obviously we want to promote Nordic, or like Nordic talent, Finnish talent. So yeah, NLC is the right place.
Makes sense.
Yes. Well, if you want to like keep playing on NLC and everything, how does the financials work? Have you how much done mathematics on the subject? Like how many years can you keep up the team?
Well, hopefully for a very long time. Yeah, basically we have, like I said at the start, we have one who is working in Pandas, is like extremely qualified. Then we have people who say they are like the best at what they do. So I'm handling the competitive side, and I have full trust that people who are handling the administrative side are on top of their game.
Yes.
That's really good to hear. I was just looking at the schedule for NLC. It looks like you have your next match on Wednesday. So in 3 days against LLS. Who's going to win that one?
Yes. I mean, I don't want to make any predictions, but I think after we beat Verdant, and obviously like I said, we want to show growth, and we are going to keep improving every day. So I think maybe let's see, maybe undefeated split. Maybe that's something that is quite possible.
Oh my god.
I was gonna more go for the media branding side of being like an underdog, we are a new team, we are trying to make our name in the world, unrecognized talent, but yeah.
So you guys are trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm like, I believe in like white magic, that you just have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in the people around you. You gonna like visualize and manifest the things that you want to achieve. So, I'm manifesting a 9-0 perfect split. So, that's how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm knocking on wood.
Yeah.
So you definitely like Yeah, I
but
promise I'm not gonna use that as a clickbait. Like Hiiva says, they're gonna go undefeated. The NLC is easy and stuff like that.
no, I'm definitely not saying it's easy. Obviously, there's like a lot of these meme teams, and like Ruddy has like literally like emerald players or something. Like I was looking at the game, like
I could be there.
yeah, we like so. There are these meme teams and whatnot, but there are like serious teams and serious contenders, and even these content teams, they're like, I'm not saying that we are gonna be like cocky or whatever, go into the games that, hey, we are playing against noobs and we are gonna stomp them or whatever. No, like I think we have a good chance to win the split, and we're gonna work hard towards that, and be humble.
That's good to hear, and I'm definitely not gonna just like cut parts of this and just clip the part where you say they're noobs. We're gonna win it all. I promise I won't do that. Maybe.
Yeah. So, do you guys wanna say any regards to any people, like your players or I don't know, anyone?
Well,
yeah.
Regarding the players, I actually, it's kind of like an important thing in a way for Arctic Pandas to also kind of like broadcast their players' personalities. That's something that is an ongoing project. I have to say that I really like the roster, and personally the people are. They're just, you can see that they love playing the game, right? And they're super intrigued. I recently, just before New Year's, came to the office to give a talk on how to use the item sets feature in League to your advantage, and how to think about itemization in general. And we were going through the new season item changes. And the moment I gave them some kind of idea, they immediately kind of like light up and be like, oh, Umbral Glaive Ezreal, yeah, let's do that. Out of Fog of War, every Q hits 80 true damage at item comes. Let's do that. Or like, healing Swain build with the new tier item plus Echoes of Helia. All this stuff, they're immediate. It's like, let's do it, right? And then on a more like serious note, if you look at the talent on the roster, like, I don't know if you've ever had the misfortune of playing versus Nille in top lane, but that guy is very good at top lane. He's very good at top lane. I've played versus him plenty of times, so I wouldn't say I have a positive win rate versus him. So yeah.
If he ever needs, if he's having like a bad streak and needs like a confidence boost, we could set up a session where I put my top laners against him, so everybody gets something out of it when he's smashing their heads in. And
yeah,
he's definitely a beast.
Obviously, like I'm very happy and confident in the roster I've managed to put together. Like I think I think I can say with confidence, like we have best players in Finland in each role. So it was really nice to be able to get everyone on board and to kind of have everyone trust that in the project. To that, like I said, that it's possible to have a successful team in Finland. So really nice that the players are also buying into this.
How hard was it to get the players on board? Did everyone just like agree right away that this sounds awesome? Of course I wanna come, or did you have to like negotiate a lot?
Obviously, like when I was like making my first like round of calls to everyone and like explaining what I want to build, it's like, well, people were like, what? Like, like, what are you saying? Like, and then like, explaining that, hey, we have a really nice office in Helsinki. We want everyone to be in Helsinki. We want everyone to kind of like do this full time.
Did they have to move to Helsinki, like bring their families and dogs with them and stuff, or?
Yeah. We actually Nille and Kevo were not living in Helsinki, so we helped them to find an apartment and to move here. Yeah, we are quite serious about what we are doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, like first there was like obviously like a bit disbelief or like I don't know how to say it, like you know, like hey, are you serious, like or are you just trolling or whatever. But then once we had everyone like visit the office and meet face to face, then everyone like realized okay, I'm not talking out of my ass, and we are very serious that this is like about what we are doing. So then once we kind of once I had like face-to-face meetings with everyone, then everyone was like, okay, like let's do this.
Was this the original lineup you had in mind, or was there like someone who eventually said no? Was this like all on the first try?
Yeah, this is like who I wanted. Like obviously, I had like a very extensive like scouting period. Like I looked through a shit ton of like games from Finnish solo queue players and like official games that I could find. You know, like I didn't want to just like, oh, these are who I think are the best. Like I actually did a lot of scouting. So but these are like my number ones that I ended up. So really happy that I got everyone on board.
Yeah, my headcanon is that the players are all number ones, but they probably asked Dumps first before me, and then Dumps declined, and then I was next on the list. I swear, that's my headcanon.
That's gonna be such a banger game when you get to face the Deer Gaming roster. Actually,
that's Kappa. You know, like and like I said, know about Petu, and like that was like in my head always that okay, like I really want to work with Petu, and I want to work with Coachless, because like I said, it's just such a natural and perfect fit, like when you think about it. So you were on you were number
okay,
you were my number one as well.
I'm Hiiva's number one. Okay, that makes me happy.
Petu, you are the most important part.
Yeah.
I'm literally all I am is a restream on Twitch. That's all I do.
No, I was actually watching.
And then sometimes flame itemization. I'm on the smallest part here. Yeah.
Yeah, don't sell yourself short here.
No.
Also, kind of regarding that, do you have like anything you want to say to your eventually exponentially growing fan base, like the people who are already invested in your journey? Anything you wanna tell them?
Well, I mean, something that I wouldn't say on my videos. I don't know. I guess you know, when I'm making YouTube videos, I do have a certain kind of like, it's always a kind of a performance, you know, in a way, where like if you make a YouTube video, I mean that's probably too long of a topic to go into, but like the stuff I do to make a 30-minute League of Legends gameplay commentary, which looks completely ad hoc, is a little bit weird, because like I will play like 12 games or something to get the one game that I know will be the most interesting for YouTube, and then instead of just, you know, yapping freely, I will probably record like 18 different intros for that one video, then pick the one that I think will do the best in a way, and then it becomes kind of ad hoc commentary. But there's no room, for example, like one thing I learned about YouTube, there's no room for being like, oh guys, you know, I appreciate you a lot for watching, it's really nice that you're here, blah blah blah. Even though it's nice, and that's kind of what people do when they start making YouTube videos, right? But at a certain point you realized, oh well, it's like YouTube is also a competition. You're trying to be yourself, you're trying to be unique, you're trying to create content, right? But you need to think about what's going to be the most interesting content that I can provide in the smallest kind of like I don't know, most efficient form possible. So this was a very long yap session about why I don't talk very freely and you know, about let's say my feelings towards the audience, but I obviously, you know, I try to express my sincerest thank yous to every one of the viewers whenever I can.
That's really wholesome. How about Hiiva? Any final aura farming moments for the fans or something?
Well, obviously, like we are a brand new team, but I hope we can first of all show that we are worth of you know, being a fan of, or like supporting us through through competitive success, through you know, whatever the reasons might be. We have some banger content lined up. We planned on having, like Petu already said, we plan on having a big media presence. On like even mainstream media, we want to showcase, like, especially to Finnish people, that what actually goes into being esports athlete, being a professional player. That, like I already said, that we are not sitting in our mom's basement for 10 hours a day and with bad posture and whatnot. So we have some bangers lined up, and hope we can show that we are deserving of support or whatnot. And obviously the biggest out of arm, want to big shout out to my mom. I love you, mom. Thank you.
Yeah.
Aw.
Shout out to all the moms. They are great.
Yeah. And like,
that goes hard.
we all had to start from the basement, and that wouldn't have been possible without the mom.
That's true. That's true.
That's
last lore drop. I have not mom specifically, but my dad has come into my room at 4 a.m. because I've played some Go for LOL Night Gamers EU Nordic East League of Legends tournament that ended at 5 a.m. and I'm screaming because I won $20 in pay safeguard. That's my mom's basement moment. Dad comes in and knocks.
Oh.
I'm trying to sleep, son. Please keep it down.
Yeah, I think that has happened to every one of us at least once.
Yeah, definitely.
Parents get mad.
Yeah. Well, if you guys succeed in everything you're going to be trying to do, then maybe people don't view it that way anymore. Maybe they'll start asking the kids, "Are you gonna be pro yet?"
No, if my ever future kids wake me up at 4 a.m. because they won League of Legends tournament, I'm also telling them to go sleep.
Yeah,
the bell comes off.
Yeah. But like us,
it's tradition.
yeah. Still, though, there's like this sort of build up to bringing esports to a level where it could be considered a hobby, where you like take your kid to soccer practice, and you could also just like allow them to do this as a hobby. And that's something that I try to build at Arcane Enigma a lot. Like, I want to create an actual structured environment for that, even if it's just a hobby and the level is really low. But like, have the scheduling, have the systems and the coaching in place. And I think what you said about like building that presence and showing everyone that it can be taken seriously and can have structure, I think it's like immensely important, and I'm very, very excited to see where it goes with you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely, if you're not sick of our bullshit, then I definitely try to get like a follow-up session with you guys, because it would be amazing to hear from you, let's say in the spring, after like you've gone to EMEA and beaten everyone there and taken your crown and stuff.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Nah. Yeah.
It's all about manifesting.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Yeah, it's about
As long as there's delusion, there's hope, as Broken Blade said it. Yeah. I think we're about ready to wrap this session up. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you guys here and like hear about all the things you have going on behind the scenes and your future plans. And I think people are going to be really excited to follow your journey. I wanted to ask at the end here if any of your players happen to be lurking around, if they want to come say hi to your camera.
I mean, everyone is here, but I don't want to bother them.
Yeah,
I can show you a sneak peek.
Let me translate. The guys are playing Teamfight Tactics right now. They can they're going to actually watch six games.
Yeah. Ooh,
you can see them.
That's a
chilling there.
Shot at the background. That's so cool. Yeah. Okay. From us, massive thank you to you guys.
yes.
Probably from all the viewers that are going to be seeing this also, massive kudos to what you're doing, and good luck in your upcoming series. We're excited to see where this goes.
Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you.